And of course, we look forward to engaging and interacting with you on our various platforms,
which are on Faraja TV Kenya at Facebook, Faraja TV Media at YouTube, and our SMS line 0703 339959, and our various competitions and events of the sporting sphere.
Remember to catch us live each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 5 p.m. whereby I'll be joined by 3 great co-hosts.
Your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And of course, Mickey Omchambulis.
And Lefty Jizitisa Mgongoni.
One final lung-busting stride for Kipchoge.
So don't miss out on Sport Buzz.
Ujambo.
Good morning and welcome to Morning Updates. My name is Vicky Kipto and I hope you are having a fantastic morning. Happy new month.
Yes, and I am Emma Bonareri. How you can interact with us on our Facebook page. You can find us at Faraja TV Kenya, YouTube Faraja TV Media, TikTok faraja.tv.media, Instagram Faraja_TV_Kenya, and our SMS line is 0703339959.
Welcome. And this morning we are going to break what the president said yesterday during the interview. But before that, we are going to look at what's making headlines on our dailies today. And I will start with the Daily Nation. Gachagua opens up on his tiff with Ruto. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has given the strongest indication yet that all is not well between him and his boss, President William Ruto. The DP, however, said they will iron out the issues, even as he blamed people who recently joined the government for fueling the falling out. You can find that story on page 6.
Yes, and on the Standard newspaper, we have era of kidnaps, mystery of state agents in crime. Yes, the extrajudicial arrest. In spite of President William Ruto's denial that police are not abducting Kenyans, her leaders have railed at government for the growing trend, with the latest victim being Nandi Hills MP Alfred Keter. Yeah, you can find that story on page 4.
On page 4, it's also making headlines here on the Daily Nation, where it reads, Alamas police abduct Keter in broad light, in broad daylight. Abductions in broad daylight, indiscriminate shooting of unarmed civilians and violation of law and order are slowly becoming the order of the day. You can also find that story on the Daily Nation on page 3. So let's talk about former Nandi Hills MP Alfred Keter, who was abducted yesterday. After he had attended a church service in Keleleshwa.
Yes, and he was abducted during the day. And everyone could see, even his family. It was in front of his family, his wife and his kids.
And even you could hear the children screaming. You should also know that Alfred Keter was in the forefront in supporting the people who were protesting, rejecting the finance bill. But during the interview with the president yesterday, he was asked about abductions, and he said that arrest is not abductions. Yes, he said that those people were arrested, but the reason why they were taken by force is that they were summoned to the police, but they didn't go. Yes. And that is why they were taken by force.
Yeah, let me quote the president yesterday. So this is what the president said during the interview with the KTN, Citizen and NTV. If someone is summoned by the police and refuses to go, are the police not entitled to come for them? Those who respect the law must be protected by the law. Yes, so he justified the abductions and he said that those people who were taken by force, it's because they did not comply with the law.
And that is why they were taken by force.
Yes.
Those are the remarks of the president. And also let's talk about Gachagua opening up and saying that these things are not well. We've seen that
but
Gachagua has been making headlines. We've seen him complaining that people are not respecting him the way he should. And even at some point he said that he's not nominated. He was elected alongside the president. And that is why people should respect him.
And he also, I think it's because he feels that he contributed to the president being in office today. So he feels like he's being taken for granted, especially if you were elected and you were put in power and then you nominated other people. Yes, and then the same people that are under you are not respecting you. Yes.
And yesterday, the deputy president was in Bomet County, Kaplong, where he attended a church service at Deliverance Church International. And he said, I have no doubt in my mind that President and I are good friends and we cannot allow anyone to come in between us. We will sort any emerging issues between us. We are calling on leaders to tone down. The DP also alluded to the fact that some people in the Kenya Kwanza coalition did not respect him and the office he holds. He further said, even if you do not like the person in the office of the deputy president, respect the office, because one day, if God blesses you to be there, you will want to be respected.
Yes, we also saw that he said that whatever issues they're having with the president, then it will be solved with the spirit of unity. That is what he said.
And yesterday during the interview, the president was asked by the journalist if they were in good terms with the president, with his deputy president, but he didn't answer that. He told them that they should book an interview with the president, so that with the deputy president rather, so that he can speak for himself.
Yes. Can we say that that one also leaves people with speculations? It's like we also don't know what is happening. Because if they were okay, he could have openly said it.
But they always say where there's smoke, there's fire. And there have been smoke starting from last month. We've seen issues emerging between
the two
leaders, the president and his deputy president.
Yes.
Also, the story making headlines here, why state withdrew controversial bill with new land levy, the fear of triggering public anger by trying to amend the constitution through the back door forced the government to withdraw the contentious land laws amendment bill 2023 that was already under consideration in the National Assembly. You can also find that story on page 3 of the Daily Nation.
Yes. Also on the Standard newspaper, we can see that the church speaks out. The church condemns police brutality and calls for soberness. Yes. In separate statements, the Catholic Church, NCCK, and the myriad of pastors across the country have told the government to stop acts of violence against protesting Kenyans, even as politicians stayed away from worship places for fear of condemnation. You can find that story on page 9. And we also saw that this is what had been planned all along. Like the way the Gen Zs had said online that any politician shouldn't be given a platform in any church to speak. Yes, and we also saw that they were trying to make it a law that politicians, when they go to churches, they shouldn't be campaigning. They should just be It's like they're just attending the service like other normal members.
Yes, and yesterday President Ruto also talked about the issue.
Yeah.
And he supported the church leaders, saying that we shouldn't use the pulpit to politic.
Isn't that ironic compared to before the elections, the previous elections, we saw that the churches and also like they used churches and believers a lot to campaign for their now in office seats.
It has been a venue for a long time.
Yes.
People go there. So the pastors use the pulpit to win souls. They also use the pulpit to win votes.
Yeah, it's true. We can also see on the Standard newspaper how Ruto at pains to explain deaths and abductions. You can find that story on page 5 of the Standard newspaper. Yeah.
And also another story away from protests and the finance bill. Principals plan to increase fees next time. The principals, they decided, they settled on this in their ongoing meeting in Mombasa, where the fees is going to increase from 53,000 annually to 69,000. This is because of the high cost of living, they say.
Yes. And we also know that when the fees increase on the school fees, it's increase on the parents. The burden goes to the parents. Yes. So it's the parents that feel the effect mostly.
And it reads 17K. What the government will give schools in annual capitation fees for each learner in secondary school. Principals say they will be forced to increase school fees starting next term after the government reduced capitation per learner. This is a big blow to parents whose children are returning to school starting today from the 1-week half-term break. Principals will have to find alternatives to keep schools running after the government said it will not be able to disburse the 22,244 shillings capitation per learner per year, but instead stick to 17,000 shillings. You can find that story on page 4 of the Daily Nation.
Yes. Also on school matters, school affairs, we can see a story in page 2 of the Standard newspaper. Learners return to school amid delayed release of capitation. Yes. And we also saw that with 5 weeks left to the end of the second term, schools are struggling to remain afloat since the government has not released capitation to sustain learning activities. And the weight of the cash crisis has now been shifted to parents, with various school demands learners to clear fees ahead of reporting back to school from the midterm break. Yes, so as we said earlier, all this pressure and all the weight goes back to the parents.
To the parents.
Yes, because we can also see that since the government has delayed to release the capitation, the parents are expected, and the parents are still expected to clear the fees before the students return back to school. Yes.
And also principals will have to be contented with the 17,000 capitation we have been disbursing. It will not be possible to disburse 20,000 shillings capitation per year per learner, said Education. These are the remarks of Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu. Also, the principals had proposed that fees for national schools to be increased from 53,000 to 69,000 due to inflation and the high cost of living. Last week, the Kenya Secondary Schools Head Association converged at Sheikh Zayed Hall in Mombasa County to deliberate on critical issues affecting the sector, including late disbursement of capitation.
Yes, so we are waiting to see the reaction or what the response of the government will be on this sector, the education sector. Yes.
And also, the story making headlines on the Daily Nation today is Kenya yet to submit Raila African Union candidacy, and you can find that story on page 2 of the Daily Nation. Yeah.
Yes, we can also find that the registration for new health schemes begins. Yes, effective from today, Kenyans are expected to register to the new medical scheme. Registration will continue with deductions of 2.75% expected to commence in November. You can find that story on page 3 of the Standard newspaper. Also on other news, France votes in crucial snap election. Yeah, you can find that story on page 22 of the Standard newspaper. We can see that there is a fraud. World Bank debars Kenyan farm. That one, you can find that story on page 20.
Yeah. And the registration for new health scheme, which will begin today, 1st of July. So we are going to move from NHIF to SHIF, but the SHIF will be active 2 months from now. So we will continue with NHIF, but slowly we are going to adapt to the new health scheme, which will begin 2 months from now. But it has already begun.
Yeah, it's
but
starting
today.
Yes. We can also see that the CS for health. Yeah,
Nakumicha.
Yeah, she's the one who is giving the go-ahead and the go-ahead for this health scheme that's beginning today. Yeah, for the registrations. Yes.
Let's now talk about President William Ruto interview that lasted for 2 hours, as from 7 to 9 p.m. And he talked about many issues. There were questions that were put across that he answered. The journalists who were there, some of them felt that
some questions
were not answered the way maybe they wanted him to answer.
Yes.
But the first question that he was asked, they asked him what he thinks about the Kenyans telling him to resign, because we've had when the demonstration started, placards being written, Ruto must go, and President William Ruto responded by saying that alone shows the fruits and signs of democracy.
Yes. Oh yes.
It shows that, you know what, we are a democratic country. You can say anything you feel
that
like
they want,
without fear. And also he said that his hands are not stained with blood. And he said that also 2.4 billion worth of property were destroyed. And he said that the Gen Z were not the people who burnt section of Parliament, City Hall. He said the people who burnt section of Parliament were criminals and not the people who were protesting. He said that those who were protesting peacefully, and the protesters were just hijacked by criminals.
And let me quote what he said. Are you guys bothered that Parliament was burnt and hard-working Kenyans have lost property worth 2.4 billion? So many people were offended when I spoke of criminals taking over demonstrations, with some of the protesters being robbed by some of these criminals. This is what the president said yesterday. Yes, and we also see that the president said that the property which is worth
2.4 billion were
yeah.
destroyed.
Yes, and he's trying to work towards restoration of the properties that were destroyed. For example, the parliament,
Yeah,
and
City
also,
Hall.
yeah, and also there are some businesses of individuals, yeah, which were also destroyed. We also see that the president yesterday, he disputed the fact that 24 people were killed during the demonstration.
He said 19.
Yeah.
19 people were only killed.
Yes.
And he also talked about police brutality, because we've seen activists, church leaders coming out and saying that the police used excessive force during the demonstration. And this is because we've seen many people died, others are still in the hospital nursing injuries. And the president responded and said that the police were forced to use live bullets.
Yes. We can also see that he also said that the police, it's an independent. Yeah, the police are independent. And this is what he had to say. Let me quote. Any Kenyan life lost bothers me, and it is the reason why when I was elected, I said that there will be no extrajudicial killings in Kenya. I also ensured there is an independent police service and signed the necessary instruments to operate independently. This is what the president
said.
Yes. So can we say that maybe now the shift it's been moved, and it's been moved to the police. Like the blame. The blame has been moved.
Because he says that the police are independent body, and he also said that the way he had promised during the elections, that in his government there will be no extrajudicial killings. And he also said that, arrest is not abductions.
Yes, and we also quoted earlier what he said, and this is what he said. If someone is summoned by the police and refuses to go, are the police not entitled to come for them? So those who respect the law must be protected by the law. Those who do not respect the law will face the full force of the law. Yeah, this is what the president had to say about the abductions.
And he also urged citizens and also the police to act within the law.
Yes.
He also said that finance bill is it's not his invention. And he argued that he has been working hard to pull Kenya out of debt.
Yes.
And he also said that yes, the finance bill have been dropped, but there are consequences that we should bear, that will come with us withdrawing the finance bill. One of them is 46,000 teachers who are to be confirmed to permanent and pensionable, and also hiring of 20,000 intern teachers. Also, he said, will be a big loss. And he also said that the MPs, the members of parliament who voted yes, are the true heroes of this country.
Yes. We also see that Latif, who is a journalist, Eric Latif,
at the Standard Media.
Latif told the president 39 people had been abducted and some held incommunicado without being taken to court, which means the rule of law was not observed, and that there was no justification for the police using excessive force on the unarmed demonstrators. Yes, the news anchor said the president asked the president if he was holding the people accountable, if he was holding the police accountable for 24 people killed, 39 abducted, and 627 arrested. Yes, so these are the clear numbers of the people who were killed. The people who were abducted were 39, those killed 24, and those who have been arrested are 627. Yes, we can also see that yes, during also the interview, the president said that any cop who went against what is provided for in law will face justice, and the police officers are still officers even when they are still in civilian clothing.
Civilian clothing.
Yes. So the president, however, maintained that he was satisfied with the manner the police handled the demonstrations, but excesses, if there are any, will be looked into.
And I think that's it answers many questions that had arisen. Why you will see cops who are not in civilians yet they arrest people.
So
And he said even if they are not in their uniforms, they are still cops.
Yeah, they're still police officers. Yeah.
And also because of the rejection of the finance bill, we will be forced to borrow to about $1 trillion. He also said that we don't have the luxury to borrow. We've reached the limit. Those are his remarks. And also he said because of that, the money that will go to the counties will be reduced because of the rejection of the finance bill.
Yes, we also see that he said that the government had prior information and took precautionary measures which prevented many deaths, and that those who have been arrested will be presented to court today. Yeah, they'll be taken to court today.
Yeah.
So we are waiting to see.
We are waiting to see about that. And he said that his only regret is, he said they should have communicated better, because during the interview, the president said that there is a lot of fake news, fake things that have been circulated, that have been used to fight the finance bill. For example, he said about the land issue that there's nothing like that. It's just fake news. And also he said that if he had managed to pass the finance bill, he would have taken this country far. And also he said that he's happy that Kenyans are not among the African countries that defaulted. And to his final remarks, he said he spoke to the Gen Z, and he said that he hears us, we should be patient, more projects are underway, for example, housing and the digital space that will create employment. And he also said that we are going to have a digital hub in every ward. So it's a matter of time.
Yes, so it's a matter of time. Let's wait and see. Yes. Also, we see that the president termed the KNCHR. Yeah, you remember this is the Kenyan National Commission of Human Rights as reckless in its statement, and that the government was investigating, and a proper explanation will be given to the country about what truly happened
in Githurai.
Yes,
because he said there was no any massacre that took place.
Yeah. Yes,
that only one person was shot.
Yes, so we are waiting to see what the government will investigate and the actual numbers.
And in the world of sports, for the sports lovers, NOK 83 athletes have hit Olympic mark, but number could rise with new updates. You can find that story on our back page of the Daily Nation. Also, world news, trial slow pace hands Trump election lifeline. Donald Trump's bid for criminal immunity from prosecution for trying to overturn his 2020 election laws is set to be decided today by the U.S. Supreme Court, but however, it rules the court has already held the former president in his effort to avoid trial before the November 5 election. So you can find that story on pages 16. Remember, the United States will be going to the ballot box on November 5th this year.
Yes. We can also see that no let up as Gen Zs plan more protests. Yes. This is a statement made by the KCCB chairman, Maurice Muhatia. We condemn the brutal and inhumane acts of the police, which cannot be justified. The concerns raised by the Gen Z remain genuine in our eyes. Yes, so we can see that the protests will still be continuing. Yes, and they are continuing with the protest, especially because of the police brutality and the people who were murdered. We can also see that on sports. You can see Belgium is in a tricky round of 16 tie. You can find that story on page 32 of the Standard newspaper.
And also remember, you can find us on Facebook, Faraja TV Kenya, YouTube, Faraja TV Media, TikTok, faraja.tv.media, Instagram, Faraja_TV_Kenya. You can also send us an SMS. Our SMS number is 0703-339-959. And remember to tell us your name and where you're watching us from.
Yes, and on that note, we are taking a short break, but we'll be right back with a new segment. Yes, so don't touch that dial.
Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Well, what is lifestyle? To me, lifestyle is the people, it's entertainment, it's food, it's beauty, it's fashion, it's music, and it's art. So how do you get to deal with these big topics that are affecting our society? Well, worry no more, because I, Sharon Gige, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m., I'll be bringing you amazing guests, and they'll be able to give us solutions on how to handle these big and disturbing topics at Faraja TV Kenya and all our social media platforms. Thank you.
Yo, welcome guys to the biggest and most exciting show in the 254, where we bring you exciting topics, great music, your favorite artists, and good times.
Join us each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Faraja Mashup. It's your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And your boy Big Willie, aka the Big Kahuna.
Kwa majina ni John Mragori, ninaokuletea program ya uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu, na programu yetu ya kujia mnamo siku ya kila Jumapili saa 1:30 katika runinga yetu ya Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha. Karibu sana, karibu pamoja, tushirikiane katika uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu. Karibuni na mbarikiwe sana. God bless you. God see you through.
Welcome to the greatest sporting show in the 254. That is the Sports Blast show on Faraja TV, where we'll be bringing you all the discussion and all updates according to sports and sports events.
And of course, we look forward to engaging and interacting with you on our various platforms,
which are on Faraja TV Kenya at Facebook, Faraja TV Media at YouTube, and our SMS line 0703-339959, and our various competitions and events of the sporting sphere.
Remember to catch us live each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 5 p.m. whereby I'll be joined by 3 great co-hosts, your boy Big Man Kyuga,
and of course, Mickey Omchambulis,
and Lefty Jizitisa Mgongoni.
One final lung lung-busting stride for Kipchoge.
So don't miss out on Sport Buzz.
Ujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu ndani ya Fahamu Siasa na Wanasiasa. Hapa tutakuwa tunaangazia masuala ya katiba, uchumi na teknolojia. Vile vile utaweza kufahamu na kujua kazi ya mjumbe wako, seneta wako, MCA wako kila siku ya Jumatatu na Alhamisi kuanzia mida ya saa 3 hadi saa 5. Ukiletewa nami Peter Mohoro. Usikose kutazama Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Siku na mchana nakupa sifa, day and night Lord.
Indeed, tunakupa sifa zote ni kwako Mungu. This is Nuru ya Injili Gospel Show, ambapo tutakuwa tunaletea amazing guests, amazing artists, inspired ministers of the word.
And we shall be having interesting conversations. It shall be hot, it shall be fire, it shall be rejuvenating right here at Nuru ya Injili. Of course, hii si ya kukosa. Kutakuwa na mixes kali, new song, new bangers, na hii mtazamaji wetu utapenda. Kutakuwa na a lot of fun yenyewe mwenyewe huwezi miss.
I will be your host, Jack Favor.
And I, your co-host, Caroline Jerry. Alongside DJ Tish.
Every Sunday.
From 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Nuru ya Injili, only at Faraja TV.
What's happening?
It's showtime!
Oh, okay, let's go.
This is Gospel Link Up. Kuanzia saa 4 mpaka saa 7 kila Jumapili at Faraja TV with me, The Ramses, alongside
DJ XDs.
Alright, hii ni kosa kukosa wewe.
Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Welcome back, viewers. Yeah, welcome back. This is Morning Updates. Remember, you can interact with us. We have our SMS line, which is 0703 339959. Yes, and there's also somebody who texted. He said, hi, morning. Yes, hi and morning to you too. You didn't tell us your name, so we don't know what to call you. So thank you for watching us and continue watching us. And as you are sending your text, you can also send us your name and tell us where you're watching us from. Yes.
And also you can find us in Facebook, Faraja TV Kenya, YouTube, Faraja TV Media, TikTok, faraja.tv.media, Instagram, Faraja_TV_Kenya. And today it's about health issues, and we are talking about vitiligo or vitiligo.
Vitiligo.
Yeah. Yeah. And on our Did You Know segment, we want to know what is vitiligo. And vitiligo is a skin condition in which patches of skin lose their color. It's a skin condition in which patches of skin lose their color.
Yes. Also, we can also see that vitiligo is a skin condition that causes your skin to lose its color or pigment. Yes, it causes your skin to appear lighter than your natural skin tone or turn white. So it makes your skin to turn white.
To turn white. Also, vitiligo patches appear when melanocytes within the skins are destroyed. You should know that melanocytes are the cells responsible for producing melanin.
Yes.
Yeah, that is why your skin, it's not turning the color that your skin is, but it's turning, the patches are lighter than your original skin.
Yes. And we've also seen a lot of people have confused vitiligo with albinism. Yes, but albinism occurs in your whole skin color. Yes, it's like you don't have the melanin.
Yeah, and you should also know that you're born with albinism, but vitiligo, you're not born with it. You will just
it develops,
get affected with it.
Yes, and we can see that it is something that happens maybe later in life, or maybe because of your lifestyle.
Yes,
because of what you are eating, or maybe what you are doing, or maybe health-wise. Yes.
And also you should know that vitiligo, the way you're comfortable with calling it, it's not that common. It has only affected 1% of the entire population in the world.
Yes. Oh yes. So we believe that now you know. You didn't know what vitiligo is, and now you know. Yeah. So as we said earlier, we are here to educate you,
to inform you.
Yes. So right about now, let's get into our topic, vitiligo itself.
Yeah, and you said it's a skin disease that affects your skin.
Yes. So what are some of the causes of vitiligo?
Before that, I think let's talk about facts about vitiligo.
Okay.
Yeah, and people have said that vitiligo can affect people of any age, sex, and ethnicity. It's not only for the black people or for the white. It can affect everyone. And then there is no cure, and it is usually a lifelong condition. And also it's an autoimmune disease. It's not contagious. If I have it, I cannot affect Emma. And also treatment options may include exposure to special UV light, wavelength, and medication to restore color and slow the development of new depigmented patches. Yeah.
Yes. Also, there's another fact. Although vitiligo affects everyone, everyone of all races and all ages, we've seen that a lot of diagnoses, like a lot of people who have been affected by vitiligo, they are apparently under 30. Yes, so it's like after you are 30, it's rare. It's rare. It's rare that you develop the condition, but under 30 you can get it. Yes.
And also vitiligo can affect your eyes, your mouth, and your hair apart from your skin.
Yes. So we've seen that if vitiligo has affected maybe a part of your skin where there's hair and the hair starts to turn white, most probably even your hair, like your hair in your head, it will turn white also. Yes. And we've also seen that is also common with albinism. Yeah. Also, albinism causes your hair to turn white. Yeah, but remember that albinism is caused. It's something that's genetic.
Genetic, yeah.
And it's genetic because you don't have the melanin. Yeah, so you don't have the chemical that makes you black. Yeah,
but
that causes color to your skin.
Yeah,
not black.
And
that
the
causes
difference
color,
between vitiligo, you find that in vitiligo you have the melanin, but now the melanin are destroyed. That is why you start having the light patches appearing on your skin.
On some parts of your body. Yes. Yeah, so vitiligo usually starts with a few small white. So we've seen that the chemical that is responsible for the making of melanin is called macules. So we can see that vitiligo usually starts with a few small white macules, like the small parts. Yes, and also the patches that may gradually spread over your body. So it starts with maybe some small patch
and then it spreads.
Yeah, it spreads. So I think one way of detecting it is when you see like one part of your body has started turning white. Yeah. Yes, so vitiligo typically begins on your hands. Yeah, we've seen it. It's even like a lot of people have it on their arms, on their fingers, forearms, feet, and face, but can develop on any part of your body, including even your eyes and even inner ears.
And even on your lips.
Yeah, we've also seen some people their lips. I believe that we are having pictures on the screen so that you can see some of the areas that vitiligo affects, and also the most common areas. Yeah. What are the types of vitiligo?
One of the type is called generalized, and this is the most common type of vitiligo that causes macules or patches to appear in various places on your body. Various places, maybe the skin, on your face, also on your head. Your hair starts turning white or blonde.
Yes. So this is something that we can say generalized. It's like maybe various parts of your body. It's not like a specific
part of your body.
So we can't just say that your hand only is affected.
Your hand, maybe your face, your legs. And also there's another one called the segmental. This type only affects one side of your body or one area, such as your hands or face. And I think by the word itself, segmental, one segment of or one part of your body. You'll just find there's a white patch.
Yes, another type of vitiligo is?
We have another one that is called mucosal, which is a type of vitiligo that affects your mucous membranes of your mouth or genitals. Let's say on your lips here.
Yes, so we've also seen that one is common, and I believe our viewers, you can also see even on the screen.
On the pictures that
the
are
pictures on the screen,
There's another one called focal. Focal vitiligo is a rare type where the macules or the patch develop in a small area and don't spread in a certain pattern within 1 to 2 years. So it develops and then it stays there for sometimes, let's say 1 to 2 years, and then it moves to another place. That they've said it's very rare.
Yes.
There's another one called the trichome. This type causes a bullseye with a white or colorless center, then the area of lighter pigmentation and an area of your natural skin tone. So this is a type of vitiligo that affects your eyes. And then there's another one called universal. This rare type of vitiligo causes more than 80% of your skin to not have pigment. So you will find that you have the patches, let's say 80% of your body is just, the color changes. If you are a black person, you will find that now you become lighter.
lighter. Yeah, so we can say that this is somehow, it can be mistaken somehow to
albinism.
mostly. Yeah, so you'll find that your body has become lighter. That even the black part or the darker part of your body, of your skin color, will look like now it's the patch.
It's the patch.
It's the patch. It's like it's the one that's off. Because people will think, no, your skin color is lighter, but this is just a patch that's a bit darker. But originally your skin color was darker. It's only the light patches that have appeared, almost 80%
of it. And also, Emma, you should know that vitiligo, those patches that appear on your skin are not painful. That is why the people who have the condition can decide to not go for treatment because it's not painful. Because we've seen people who've embraced the condition. Some of them are models. We've seen them modeling. They're not even hiding with makeup, or they're not even doing what is called skin graft or
any treatment.
They've just decided, you know, because it's not painful to just live with it.
Yes, we've also seen that it is not painful, yes, but it can get painful with maybe sunburns. If you are long exposed to sunlight, yes.
So you're supposed to apply things like sunscreen if you have the condition.
Yeah, because remember, the melanin is there to protect us from the sun.
The sun, exactly.
Yes, that is why you also find that a lot of people who stay in the hotter parts of the world are darker. They are the most darkest. It's true. Compared to people staying in the colder parts of the continent. Yes.
And what are the signs and symptoms of vitiligo? How are you going to know that you've been affected with the condition? And one of them is patches of skin or mucous membranes that lose color. These can appear white or lighter than your natural skin.
Yes.
So when you notice that you have changing patches that are lighter than your original skin.
Yes, and also remember we said that the most commonly areas affected. So if you notice your arms have started changing color, they've become lighter. Hey, don't be there and say, hey, I'm becoming light skin. You're becoming light skin. Yes, so you can just take you can also even go for further analysis. Or even go for treatment. Yeah.
And also, you can also have patches of hair on your body, tan, silver, gray, or white. So you are like, hey, why am I aging very fast?
Yeah, you can even start saying, hey, my hair is, you know, we had a myth that if you have some white hair, you'll be rich. Yeah, that is what we used to believe while we were younger. Yeah, so you can start saying, hey, now more cabana.
You shouldn't ignore such symptoms like having patches of skin on your skin, also patches of hair on your body turning silver, gray, or white.
Yeah, even your face. We've seen also the face is affected.
Or on your eyes, lips, nose.
Yes. So what are the common causes of vitiligo?
One of the common cause of vitiligo, it's called an autoimmune condition. And it says your immune system mistakes healthy cells or melanocytes as foreign invaders. And remember, we say melanocytes are the cells that are responsible for producing melanin. So they mistake these cells as foreign invaders like bacteria that can cause harm to your body. This makes your immune system overreact and develop antibodies to destroy the melanocytes, the cells responsible for producing melanin.
Yeah, so it's like the body is fighting against itself. Yes. So it's like, instead of fighting diseases, it's fighting the
melanocytes.
Yeah. So the melanocytes, the more they are produced, the more they are fought by the body. Yeah, because the body thinks this is an invader. This is something that can cause harm. So
it's a bacteria.
Yes, and we've also seen a lot of even other diseases are caused by the body. The antibodies fighting
against those cells that are responsible for
even I think things like leukemia, it's the red blood cells which are maybe fought by the it's like the body detects the red blood cells and also even like other cells that are responsible for keeping the body healthy. They are fought by the body itself. So it's like the body fights itself, and in return you find that you become sick, and it's a serious illness, because also we can see that such diseases cannot be controlled. There's no way of telling your antibodies no.
Don't find this is not a bacteria. This is a cell that is responsible for doing this and that, and I think that is why to find a cure it's really difficult. And the way I said, there's things that you may do to reduce the cause of vitiligo, but you cannot cure it completely.
For it.
And also another cause, it's called genetic changes, and it says a genetic change or a change, a genetic mutation or a change to your body's DNA can affect how your melanocytes function. There are over 30 genes that can increase your risk of developing vitiligo or vitiligo. So genetic changes where there's a genetic mutation that goes on
in your body. Yes, and it can increase the rate of developing vitiligo. Can we say that maybe being affected to, we've seen a lot of related skin diseases have been caused by maybe long exposures or maybe a lot of exposure to X-rays
or UV light.
UV light, even the sun
and
itself.
that is one of the causes of vitiligo. It's called environmental triggers, where factors like ultraviolet radiation, UV, and toxic chemical exposure can affect how your melanocyte cells functions.
Because even sometimes when there is global warming, we've seen this is maybe an effect of when the sun becomes hotter, and a lot of people, maybe you are exposed there for long hours.
So we shouldn't stay under the sun for a long time.
It's true, especially nowadays.
Also, there is another cause of vitiligo, stress. And it says the amount of pigment your melanocyte cells produce may change if you experience frequent emotional stress or physical stress on your body, especially after an injury. Stress causes vitiligo.
So stay stressed.
Because they've said it affects the melanocytes that are responsible for producing melanin. And melanin is the one that gives you the color.
Yes, so we've seen the causes of vitiligo. So can we say there maybe some what do we call them, like maybe side effects that comes with getting vitiligo? Maybe if you have vitiligo, you are easily prone to getting something else.
Like maybe skin cancer. I think when you have vitiligo, especially when it has affected your
a lot of most
for example, the 80% one that affects like almost your whole skin, you may be prone to diseases like skin cancer.
Yes. How can we also say that maybe it causes things like skin sensitivity or something?
Itches, especially when you're exposed to sunlight.
Yes.
And also, I know you want to know if vitiligo is genetic, and it says research is still on, but studies indicate that about 30% of vitiligo cases are genetic. This means that the condition is hereditary, and you could potentially inherit vitiligo from your biological family. Several possible genetic mutations affect how melanocyte cells functions. If a genetic mutation targets the cells that gives you skin pigment, you will experience symptoms of vitiligo. So it causes, it may be genetic, because they've said about 30% of the people who are affected by vitiligo it's been genetic.
Yes. I think it's also true because given the history, you can even look at some diseases. It's just family history. Yeah, if somebody in your lineage has had the disease, you're most likely to get it. Yes. So if maybe you have 5 siblings and maybe your parents are affected by a certain disease, you are most likely, one of them is also most likely to get them. Yeah, or even the grandchildren. Yes.
Also, we want to know the effects of vitiligo, and one of them we had talked about earlier: sensitive skin. The patches, they lack melanocytes that are responsible for producing melanin. So your skin can be more sensitive to sunlight than the rest of your skin that has melanin. This can cause your skin to quickly burn instead of turning.
Yes, because we've seen that normal skin, like normal, if you have normal skin and you don't have any skin condition, if you are exposed to sunlight for long, your skin turns.
Yes, and you have melanin. So what about when the melanin is not there?
Yeah, it's like it's going direct to your skin, like inside. The sun rays go direct inside because the melanin protects us from the sun rays.
And also another effect is high abnormalities. People with vitiligo have some abnormalities in their retinas, the inner layer of your eye that contains light sensitive cells, and some variations of color in their irises. In some cases, there are inflammation of the retina or iris, but vision usually isn't affected. So you will get your eye, your iris may be painful, but they said the vision, it's not, your eyesight will not be affected at all.
Yes, because we've seen that even the melanin is also responsible for the coloring of the eye. So we can see, you can find somebody who is like darker and their eye, like their eye color was dark, or maybe it was black and it starts turning light, or maybe some weird color.
Also remember, you can send us your SMS. Remember to tell us where you're watching us from. Our SMS number is 0703339959. We are talking about vitiligo, and we've said that vitiligo is a skin disease that affects your skin.
Yes, so if you know anyone, have you ever interacted with somebody with vitiligo?
Yes.
You can or do you know somebody who has been affected by vitiligo? Do you have a friend, a relative, or somebody you just know? Or are you the one who has vitiligo? Yes.
And also, one of the effects is stigmatization.
Yes.
And we said earlier, remember that vitiligo, it's not contagious, but many people don't know about this. So I think
it's contagious. Especially if somebody has vitiligo on their hands. And then maybe they're trying to greet you, and you don't know what
you avoid them. And you know, most of the people who have it, they feel embarrassed about the way their skin looks. Some people diagnosed with vitiligo develop low self-esteem. This could cause anxiety or depression and make someone want to isolate themselves or avoid social situations.
Yes. I remember when I was young, I think I came across somebody with vitiligo, and I thought it was a birthmark. Yes, I thought it was just, this is a birthmark. Like these are people who are born with birthmarks. Like you see, like when people are born, and then some parts of their skin is a bit light. And then there's some parts that's dark.
And I think, you know, most of the time, you may think it's a birthmark, but it doesn't. That is why we should be keen on our skins. We should look at how the color, our skin color changes. Because earlier we said that it may start with a small patch,
patch,
but
yeah.
the patch will increase maybe after 1 or 2 years. So if you notice that
it's increasing,
increasing,
wide,
then you should know that that is not a birthmark. It's vitiligo. It's a condition.
Oh, it's a skin condition. Yeah, so you should seek medical advice. Oh yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, when I was young, I used to think it's just a birthmark. It's maybe a bigger birthmark. It's something that's a big birthmark, and I think a lot of people assume, and they also assume that maybe it's a birthmark, and then they don't seek medication attention, earlier.
And also, I think now is the time for us to know how vitiligo is treatment, and one of the treatment is medication. And they're saying that there isn't a specific medication to stop vitiligo from affecting your skin, but there are certain drugs that can slow the speed of pigmentation loss, help melanocytes regrow or bring color back to your skin. Medication to treat vitiligo could include, there's another one that is called corticosteroids and calcineurin inhibitors.
Yes, we've also seen this light therapy. Light therapy, it's a kind of medication that is a photogenic. Phototherapy, light therapy or phototherapy is the treatment to help return color to your skin. Yeah, so it's like it helps you return color to your skin. So where if you have a patch, if you have a white patch and maybe it's small and it's maybe on your arms, you can go and have light therapy or phototherapy, and then your skin will return to its color. I think a lot of people who go for this, they are those ones who are not, maybe they are not okay.
They're not okay.
Yeah, they are
They're
not
comfortable
with the changes that their skin have made. Yes.
And also the treatment is only effective for people with vitiligo on their head, neck, trunk, or upper arms and legs. It's impossible if maybe your 80% of the skin is affected.
Yes. Yeah, we also, there's depigmentation therapy. Depigmentation therapy removes the color of your natural skin tone to match areas of your skin affected with vitiligo. Yes. So it's like they just go and completely remove your skin color, like your original skin color, to match the vitiligo color.
Especially if you're if the skin, the light part has spread
a lot.
Maybe the 80% people who've been affected. So it's easier to remove the melanin or the dark part so that you can remain with the light color.
I don't know if it's true, but I also read somewhere, I think Michael Jackson had vitiligo, and that is why they had to remove. So I don't know if it's true or maybe it's just some other stories.
And also, we were talking about facts, and we forgot to say that bleaching doesn't cause vitiligo.
Yes,
it doesn't.
Yes. So I think if this is what happened to Michael Jackson, then he did depigmentation therapy.
He decided to remove the darker
and
part.
that is what people called maybe in those days bleaching. People said that he had bleached.
And he had a condition.
Yeah, so I think maybe it wasn't even made public. Yeah, maybe he didn't make it public.
Also, there's another treatment. Surgery is a treatment option for people diagnosed with vitiligo. Surgical treatment could include, there's one that is called skin grafts. Skin is taken from one part of your body and used to cover another part. Possible complications include scarring, infection, or a failure to repigment. This might also be called mini grafting. So a part of your body is taken and it's used to cover the part that has been, or the part by the vitiligo.
Yes, and we've also seen this treatment, this kind of treatment also on burns. People who have had burns, maybe burn injuries on their faces, and then skin has to be removed from some other parts of their body. But there's also a side effect to that, as we've seen. Yes. So can we also say that you can also go to counseling? You can get counseling to help you.
To help you.
Yeah, because this is something that you didn't have. you are born okay and your skin color was okay,
yeah.
and then your skin color changes, and maybe you can't afford treatment, you don't have the resources to go maybe for these surgeries, for the pigmentation therapy, for phototherapy,
because they are very expensive,
of course, and you can also find that maybe sometimes they are not accessible in your country. Maybe you have to go outside country so that you can get treatment. So I think maybe counseling can help.
It will help you with accepting yourself and loving the way you are.
Yes, because we've seen that even some models, there are some people who model and they have vitiligo. So it's like they just accepted their skin color and they accepted themselves as they are. So remember that we were talking, we are still talking about vitiligo. Yes, you can interact with us. You can send us any questions that you have about the condition, or any misconceptions that you've had about the condition. Yes, on our SMS line 0703339959, and also interact with us.
Facebook Faraja TV Kenya, YouTube Faraja TV Media, TikTok faraja.tv.media, Instagram Faraja_TV_Kenya. Also remember to tell us your name and where you're watching us from. And now we want to talk about prevention measures, what we should do so that we cannot be affected with vitiligo. And one of them is practicing safe sun exposure habits.
Yes. So if you know you're going to be exposed to the sun for a long time, you can maybe put protective creams, and since there are some sunscreens which are even affordable. Yes.
And they also say that the best time to go out if you want to get vitamin D, and you should also know that sun is important. Vitamin D is very important in our bodies and we need it. So the best time is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The sunlight is it's not that hot yet. And after that, when you're out there, your skin maybe will not be safe. You will be exposing your skin to a lot of sunlight that may be harmful to your skin.
Yes, it's true, because we've also seen, we ourselves, we know when the sun is at the peak, at its peak. It's around maybe 1
and you're there.
2 p.m. The sun is always hot.
You're there under the sun, and you're saying, you know,
and you're
I'm
not
feeling
wearing
cold.
any cream.
Also, another way is taking care of your skin by using a moisturizer daily.
Yes.
Skincare.
So this goes back to skincare and the importance of skin.
Also avoiding stress, because we learned earlier that stress is one of the contributor of vitiligo and having the condition. So you should avoid stress or injury to your body.
Yes.
And also managing any underlying autoimmune conditions, because there are conditions that contribute to you having vitiligo, and some of the conditions are chemical leukoderma. There's another one that is called albinism. So this genetic condition means that you have lower levels of melanin in your skin, hair or eyes. So you can have albinism and also have vitiligo.
Yes, especially if it's genetic. Maybe if you are just a carrier of albinism. Yeah, you don't have it like you. It hasn't shown, like it hasn't shown in your skin, but you are a carrier. That is why it's important to also go and get checked. And also, I think, for even younger people, to prevent it from happening to their children, I think before even getting married, you need to have a genetic test. Yes, so that you can also know the partner you're marrying and also your genes. And also if you come together, what are you going to produce? Yes, I think it's so important. Yes, and also on that note, it's a huge topic. Vitiligo is a huge topic. Yeah, we haven't finished talking about it. Yes, but we have to respect time.
Time is not on our side.
Yes.
But remember to catch us tomorrow from 7:30 to 9 AM. Also, we do this every day from Monday to Friday.
Yes. We are going to read some of your comments. We've seen some of you have texted us. Continue texting, continue SMSing, and also continue watching us. We've seen some messages are coming in.
Asai Laz is saying, morning, I'm watching from Nakuru, Lanet.
Yes, thank you for watching us.
And also, there's another one who said, I am George Ochange from Murunyu, Nakuru. Great knowledge of the skin. Hema, we are watching you.
Thank you. Yes, we thank you for watching us and continue watching us. Even as the show comes to an end, remember we have an amazing program lineup for you, just for you and your family. Yes. So the show has to come to an end, but you can catch us tomorrow, like Vicky said, from
7:30 to 9 a.m. Keep it Faraja TV.
Yes. Goodbye.
Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha.
Well, what is lifestyle? To me, lifestyle is the people, it's entertainment, it's food, it's beauty, it's fashion, it's music, and it's art. So how do you get to deal with these big topics that are affecting our society? Well, worry no more, because I, Sharon Gige, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m, I'll be bringing you amazing guests, and they'll be able to give us solutions on how to handle these big and disturbing topics at Faraja TV Kenya and all our social media platforms. Thank you.
Yo, welcome guys to the biggest and most exciting show in the 254, where we bring you exciting topics, great music, your favorite artists, and good times.
Join us each and every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Faraja Mashup. It's your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And your boy Big Willie, aka the Big Kahuna.
Kwa majina ni John Mragori, ninaokuletea program ya uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu, na programu yetu ya kujia mnamo siku ya kila Jumapili saa 1:30 katika runinga yetu ya Faraja TV, chemichemi ya furaha. Karibu sana, karibu pamoja, tushirikiane katika uzima wa kiroho na nidhamu. Karibuni na mbarikiwe sana. God bless you. God see you through.
Welcome to the greatest sporting show in the 254. That is the Sports Plus show on Faraja TV, where we'll be bringing you all the discussion and all updates according to sports and sports events.
And of course, we look forward to engaging and interacting with you on our various platforms,
which are on Faraja TV Kenya at Facebook, Faraja TV Media at YouTube, and our SMS line 0703 339959, and our various competitions and events of the sporting sphere.
Remember to catch us live each and every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 5 p.m. whereby I'll be joined by 3 great co-hosts. Your boy Big Man Kyuga.
And of course, Mickey Omchambulis.
And Lefty Jizitisa Mgongoni.
One final lung-busting stride for Kipchoge.
So don't miss out on
Sport Buzz.
Ujambo mpenzi mtazamaji, karibu ndani ya Fahamu Siasa na Wanasiasa. Hapa tutakuwa tunaangazia masuala ya katiba,